Today we are talking about Fall Fragrances Designer Edition. So if you want to see what these are, please keep on watching. But before, my name is Tamara, and on this channel we talk about all things fragrance. It doesn't matter if it's designer, niche, Middle Eastern, expensive, cheap. We don't care. We talk about it all. So if that's something that you think you like, please stick around, subscribe, join the family. We will love to have you. Now let's really jump into this video. The first thing we're going to be talking about is my baby Burberry Goddess. This is going to be your simple, straightforward gourmand vanilla fragrance. It does have a hint of lavender and ginger in the opening. It dries down to a vanilla fragrance. Now it's not heavy, so that's why I love it for like fall, spring, more cooler months. Not cold, but cooler months, because it's not the heaviest and it doesn't last as long. Now I'm hoping that it has been in my collection for a while, so I'm hoping that it does get better with time, because when I first got it, this thing did not last more than maybe 3 hours. So let's hope that it lasts longer now that it has been sitting for a while. I love to layer with my vanilla fragrances, so I may try layering this with some of my heavy hitter to see how it is. But this would be a good one to layer with because it doesn't have a lot of notes. It's straightforward. If you have something that you want to sweeten up or soften up, this may be a good option for your layering. My go-to is vanilla 28. However, this could be a good one as well. And as I said, this has the vanilla, it has the cacao, the ginger, and the lavender. Really a good, simple, straightforward fragrance. I smell the intense. That was not for me. I didn't even know. I could not wait to get it off my hands. It did not smell good. But this one, so if you're looking for a nice designer, straightforward vanilla fragrance, I would highly recommend Burberry Goddess. Now let's talk something that's a little bit more deeper and sweeter and more gourmand. This is Devotion. It opens up with the lemon, but then it dries down to this sweet, creamy, boozy vanilla fragrance. It is more long lasting than the Goddess. This is going to give you maybe about 6 hours. I think this one gets better with time. So the longer you have this one, the better it lasts. And look at my dent already. And I got this, I want to say, last Christmas. This one, I would say longevity is moderate, projection is moderate, but you're gonna get compliments. The dry down on this one is really pretty. Even though it opens up into freshness, that goes away in no time, and it just really dries down to this creamy sweet vanilla fragrance. Absolutely love this. So if you want something a little bit more deeper and you're looking at the designer line and you want something a little bit more deeper, richer, boozier, creamier than the Goddess, I would say try the Devotion. Now, Black Opium Le Parfum. This is one of the newest designer fall fragrance in my collection. I was back and forth between this and the original. I love the original. It's more coffee forward. This one I chose because it's more vanilla forward. This one, it is really good. This is such a sweet, it's just a sweet, spicy vanilla fragrance. Now, so it's creamy, it's sweet, it has some florals in there, but the dry down, that vanilla dry down is what gets me with this one. I think it's a more mature fragrance. When I say mature, I don't mean older woman, but I do think a more mature woman in their 30s can appreciate this. Even though I think even a 20-year-old may love this as well. It's very versatile, so you could dress this one up, you could dress it down. I think sillage and longevity on this one is moderate. This is not a beast mode fragrance, but it's going to linger for a time, and once people come into your scent bubble, they will smell this. So it opens up fresh with the pear and the mandarin in there, so when you first spray it, you get that burst of freshness, but after a while you start smelling some florals coming through, and then you're getting the vanilla in the mid and also in the base. It has tons of different vanilla in this one. This is a nice true and true fall vanilla fragrance. So if you love more coffee vanilla, I would say original, but if you like a nice vanilla, deep dark vanilla fragrance, I would say get this one instead. And this is the Le Parfum. This is not a perfume, but we got to talk about this. This is my staple, my fall staple body mist. This is the Cheirosa 62. This is the pistachio, the vanilla, the caramel. This body mist is so good. The perfume is good, but I still prefer the body mist. This is my fall staple. So whenever it's starting to get cool, this is good with almost all of your fall fragrances because it has the sweetness, it has the caramel, it has the pistachio, and most of our deep gourmand fragrance has the caramel and has the vanilla. So this one complements them well. But you can't, this staple, I've gone through so many of these little bottles. It is crazy. This was one of my first love, and even though they came up with a lot of them that I love, the 68, the 40 that I love, this still is my favorite out of all of them that is out on that line. But this one have to have in your rotation for fall. If you love sweet caramels, pistachio, vanilla body mist that's rich and creamy, get this body mist. You will not regret it. You have to love your sweet, your caramel forward fragrances to like it, but it's really good. So another one that I love that I recently got, but I was using the decant for a while, is Jazz Club, and I just finished By the Fireplace. I love them both, and I think I'm gonna get the Fireplace back in my collection because Fireplace is boozy, it's smoky, it's rich, it's so deep, dark, and sexy, that I think I'm going to get back in my collection. But Jazz Club is going to be more of a smooth, powdery, boozy fragrance. Think about Jazz Club. The good thing about the replica line is their name is really, whatever the name is on that fragrance, that's exactly what you're going to get. It's going to bring you back, bring you down memory lane, or it's going to take you to a place. It's going to take you there. This Jazz Club is really a jazz club. Think jazz club, think music, think cigar, think that kind of vibe. This is what this is. It's very boozy, it's very smoky, it's like a little bit leathery, but the vanilla in there also sweetens up a little bit and softens it up. It is a unisex scent. I think man, woman can wear this, and I don't think it leans more masculine. Some may say it leans a little bit more masculine, but for me, this is a straight unisex. It's a boozy. This is a nice leathery boozy fragrance. This one again, it opens up with some lemon and some spices, but then this dries down to a slight leathery, smoky vanilla fragrance. That's what I get. It's very smoky, it's very leathery, somewhat leathery, very smoky. And I think the smokiness that you're getting is from the tobacco leaves that they put in there to give you that smoky smell. But it's really, really overall a beautiful, well blended fragrance. I can't remember what longevity on this one. I haven't worn this much this year, but last year I really can't remember. I just remember how it made me feel when I wear it. It's like a more cozy, this is like a cozy fall fragrance. This one and By the Fireplace are just cozy, warm fragrance, fall staples for me, and this is Jazz Club. And the last one that we're going to be talking about for my fall staple is L'Interdit Intense, and this is by Givenchy. This one is this one is like a nice vanilla fragrance. It has a clean patchouli. The patchouli in this one is very clean, and the orange blossom is somewhat a little bit sweet. So it's like this is more of a sweet orange blossom, a clean patchouli fragrance. But then the dry down is more of a deep dark vanilla dry down in this one. And this is good on its own. I love this one. It's really good on its own, but I love to layer this with Vanilla 28. Try layer, if you have this, layer it with Vanilla 28 or maybe Burberry Goddess and see. Every time I layer those two, and I tend to wear this with Vanilla 28 more, but every time I layer these two, I get tons of compliments. People are coming up like, what are you wearing? What is that? That Vanilla 28 and this and L'Interdit Intense combination is crazy, because the Vanilla 28 sweetens up a little bit more. So even though it has a patchouli, it has a tuberose, and it has the orange blossom, that vanilla, that deep boozy vanilla comes in and just sweeten it up and add more depth to it. So if you have Vanilla 28 and you have this one, try. But this one is also good on its own. This one is, I wear this a lot to work or errands or anything that you're just grab and go. This is a good grab and go for your fall. As I said, it's good on its own, but layer this with a vanilla fragrance, you will love it even more, especially if you love vanilla fragrances. But this is amazing. Those are my fragrances. Those are my top 5 fragrances that I have in my collection right now for fall. That's our designer fragrances. Let me know, what are your fall fragrances? What are your top 5 designer fragrances for fall that you have in your collection? You know I want to know, because guess what, I buy your recommendations. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and I would love to see you in the next one. Bye.